We did how many rounds? We probably did at least like 8 straight.
Yeah, but you in the bag for about 8 too.
Yeah.
That's good. You're not in bad shape.
Just got put up my mind.
The rematch between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis has been delayed due to a serious hand injury Davis suffered during training. This injury is similar to one that another lightweight champion had a few months ago, which required surgery and kept him out for 4 months. After his first fight with Roach ended in a draw, the first in Davis's career, he returned to the gym determined to improve his punching power. He focused on weightlifting and heavy pad work, but during intense training, he hit so hard that he injured his hand badly. He collapsed in pain, received treatment, and his hand was bandaged. Now the big question is whether he'll need surgery. If he does, the rematch will be postponed for several months. 2025 hasn't been going well for Davis. His fight with Roach in March not only affected his pride, but also created uncertainty about his future. In the 9th round of that fight, Davis kneeled and went to his corner complaining of burning in his eyes due to grease. The referee, Steve Willis, didn't call it a knockdown, which influenced the judges to rule the fight a draw. Many believed Roach Jr. won, and the result caused controversy. Even the New York State Athletic Commission got involved but couldn't change the decision. A rematch was rumored for this summer, but there's no official update. Davis has remained silent. On social media, and talk of retirement has surrounded him for months. He once said 2025 might be his final year in boxing. While he hasn't confirmed retirement, his trainer Kenny Ellis recently spoke to Mill City Boxing about the possibility and a future fight with Shakur Stevenson. Tank isn't someone who takes orders on when to fight, but that's the nature of boxing. Anything can happen. He might even retire, but we'll have to wait and see what he decides. Kenny Ellis said, "Whatever Tank does, I'll respect it. If he continues, he has my support. If he retires, he still has my support." These words left fans uncertain about Davis's future. That fight with Lamont Roach Jr. created a huge ripple effect. With each passing day, the boxing world grows more eager for official news about a possible rematch between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach. Their March 1st fight ended in a controversial majority draw, especially after the incident in the 9th round when Davis took a knee but wasn't penalized. This unclear outcome has made a potential rematch one of the most highly anticipated boxing events of 2020.
What do you think about, Lamont Roach and Tank's rematch, though?
It'll be a good fight. Good fight.
Yeah. There were like some rumors saying that June 21st, T-Mobile Arena in Vegas.
I haven't heard anything,
All signs point to a rematch happening, but the real question is when. Several reporters have said that June 21st is the date being talked about the most, with Las Vegas likely to host the fight. However, nothing is confirmed yet, so these are still just reports. According to sources who spoke to Showtime, both Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach are now fully on board for the rematch, and it could happen as early as June 21st in Las Vegas. What's certain is that Lamont Roach has been very active on social media since their March 1st fight. He's done multiple interviews, shared his point of view, and is pushing hard to make the rematch happen as soon as possible. Boxing legend Andre Ward on the All the Smoke Fight podcast, Lamont Roach shared a positive update about the rematch with Gervonta Davis. "We are trending in the right direction," Roach said about the ongoing negotiations.
I don't pay that stuff no mind unless certain people post it,
Yeah.
certain networks, certain people. And once they post it, then it's on. But other than that, it's just the internet talking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Tell me what state of mind is Tank now in?
Tank is Tank. He good.
I hope we can make an announcement soon. I hope we have a decision soon. That's all I can say. But we are heading in the right direction, he added. However, perhaps Roach's biggest mistake was believing that the controversy of the first fight could be overturned, that he could still become a two-division champion, and be the first to end Gervonta Davis's undefeated record. But so far, none of that has come true. March 1st, Roach and Davis faced off in an unforgettable fight that was clouded by controversy. In the later rounds, Tank took a knee, which should have been counted as a knockdown under boxing rules. However, referee Steve Willis allowed the fight to continue.
Especially for some reason, I haven't heard anything from this. But the only one that I've seen that was like quite odd to me, and I'm pretty sure you heard it because you're a fan of her, is Clarissa Shields saying something about Tank got evicted or something.
Continue without any penalty, and the bout ended in a majority draw. It was a bittersweet result for Roach, also known as the Reaper, who believed he had done enough to win. A glimmer of hope appeared when the New York State Athletic Commission began reviewing the incident. Even the president of the World Boxing Association, Gilberto J. Mendoza, supported Roach, saying the knee should have been ruled a knockdown. As rumors spread that the commission might overturn the decision, Roach's hopes for justice came alive once.
Did you hear that?
Hell no. Hell no.
I said, that's crazy.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, she said it, and I haven't heard that from nobody.
No. That was the case.
Repeat. I stand by what I said last Sunday in Ring magazine. Based on over 30 years of experience, taking a knee without being hit should be ruled a knockdown. It clearly affected the outcome of the fight. However, hopes were crushed again when the New York State Athletic Commission upheld the referee's decision, citing a technical issue that prevented them from reviewing the footage. This was another major disappointment for Lamont Roach, who had been hoping for a reversal or at least some clarity in the wake of the controversy. Now it seems he finally got an answer, just not the one he wanted. Recently, the 29-year-old sat down with Andre Ward on the All the Smoke Fight podcast.
Not crazy, but they've been jumping lately too. Whole bunch of different stuff, man. I be laughing my ass off.
Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that the truth? Speaking of, I seen Jalil Hackett's Twitter. He was talking about what?
As expected, their March 1st fight was a major topic. During the conversation, Roach shared how officials contacted him after their review and also expressed how the referee's careless handling of the situation deeply bothered him. During the conversation, Ward asked, "What was the reason the New York State Athletic Commission gave you for not overturning the decision?" Roach replied that, according to the commission, counting the knee as a knockdown would have completely changed the fight. Not just the score, but also the way Gervonta Davis would have approached the remaining rounds. However, Roach felt their explanation was vague. As the World Boxing Association featherweight champion, Roach interpreted it himself. "What I took from that is basically, yeah, we messed up, but someone has to take the fall and it's not going to be him," Roach explained.
And it ain't gonna be him. So, they owned up to it. All right, we missed this. They owned up to it. It's but they just saying all right, we're not gonna overturn it though. We're gonna apologize and give you your flowers, but you ain't gonna get what you want. That's basically what
they basically said, all right, we're not going to overturn it, though we'll apologize and give you your flowers, but you're not going to get what you want. That's basically what I took from it, Roach concluded. While the explanation didn't satisfy him completely, Roach felt relieved to finally get that much-needed clarification, something that would motivate him going into the rematch. However, the silence from referee Steve Willis, even after so much time, left a bad taste in Roach's mouth. He's not making any statement, Roach said. Ward jumped in, calling Willis's lack of action a poor move. He emphasized that officials owe clarity when their decisions impact a fighter's legacy, and an apology is the least they could offer to make things fair for Roach. While the decision has left a mark on Lamont Roach's legacy, preventing him from achieving a career-defining...
He didn't make no statement. He ain't make no statement. That was, I ain't gonna lie, man. That was, from him, that's sad. A lot of times that's what the commissions do, though, man. If something bad happened with a ref, they'll protect the referee. Yeah. And they'll try to get in front of it, and they'll have a spokesperson come out, and it's like, yeah, that's cool sometimes, but if you drop the ball like that and that affects my legacy, my livelihood, because y'all negotiating for a rematch.
Victory, as Ward pointed out. It has also affected his bargaining power for the rematch. How could anyone forget what happened during the March 1st fight? Honestly, what else could that night have been if not the boxing world's version of a high-octane action film, one twist after another with no time to breathe? The fight drew more than 19,000 fans and reportedly earned Gervonta Davis between $15 million and $20 million, while Lamont Roach Jr. walked away with a career-high $3 to $5 million for the draw, according to Forbes. With all that said, it's clear that this match had the potential to bring in even more revenue, given all the drama that unfolded during Brooklyn Fight Night.
I was fighting at 130. Obviously, he was already at the championship level. He got catapulted up there. By doing what he was supposed to do, knocking everybody out that they put in front of him. Got Floyd behind him. I was on the hush. I was coming up, though. He's a small guy. I knew he wasn't going to go too far. So, and I knew he can rumble. I knew that he'd be as... I'm not surprised at how good he is or what he's done to others.
While Gervonta Davis has been unusually quiet, Lamont Roach is back in the spotlight, confirming yet another rumor that had the boxing world buzzing right after their match. June 28, 1997. Ring any bells? We're talking about the moment Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear in the third round of their fight, a move that cost Tyson 2 points and ultimately led to his disqualification after he bit Holyfield's ear again. Fast forward 28 years. And fans were left wondering if Gervonta Davis tried something shockingly similar in the ring with Lamont Roach. Now, Lamont Roach Jr.
He was like, I handle that business, man. We make some money together. So you ain't got to tell me twice. That's how it's supposed to be. So, it's just like all the signs was there. All the signs was there. All I needed was...
In a recent chat on Andre Ward's YouTube channel, All the Smoke Fight, Lamont Roach Jr. revealed something unexpected. The multiple-time world champion in 2 weight classes, Andre. Ward asked Roach straight up, "Did Gervonta Davis bite you?" "Yeah, there's a clip floating around and it's got people talking." At first, Roach brushed it off. He told Andre Ward that after the fight, even his dad mentioned it, saying, "Man, he tried to bite you." Roach admitted he hadn't felt anything in the moment. He just thought he'd taken a few punches and moved on. But then, when he saw the replay, there it was. If you missed the details...
Oh, whoa. Course another comparison I don't want to make to Mike Tyson, but...
Roach then fired back with words and a flurry of body shots. After that, they clinched. And during the tangle, Davis lifted his right shoulder, catching the WBA super featherweight champion under the chin. Roach responded with a quick right hand of his own. Now here's where things get even wilder. Around the halfway mark of round 6, it looked like Gervonta Davis tried to bite Lamont Roach's ear. No one has officially confirmed it, but Roach watched the replay later and became convinced that Tank may have gone full Mike Tyson for a second. Even legendary fight commentator Mauro Ranallo caught it live and made a reference to Tyson's infamous ear bite. Roach said that when he heard that
first world title, or whatever the case may be, that can put me in that conversation. When he fought Hector, little do a lot of people know, I got the call for that fight too. It was a little crazy, but...
To top it off, even his sister called it out during the fight. Yet somehow Roach missed it completely in the heat of the moment. He revealed that his sister said something like, No, I ain't going to lie. I saw that during the fight. His final take on the situation was, obviously he didn't bite me, but it looked like 9 times out of 10 he tried to bite me. Honestly, if you've seen the clip, you might be leaning the same way. On top of that, Roach recently revealed something else. A $40 million payday is not something Gervonta Davis would ever consider skipping, yet he did. Just a few hours ago, Lamont Roach Jr. addressed rumors that Gervonta Davis took it easy on him. He did so during an interview with
To fight Gervonta or Hector first?
To fight Gervonta.
If that
I was
fight
already a
goes through.
mandatory for Hector. They was looking for opponents for him, or whatever the case may be. It might be on the scramble, or whatever the case may be. They didn't get a big fight like they wanted to. So that's why he went to 30 and see if Hector wanted to fight. But I did get the call, though. And, of course, we said yes. We just ain't get a call back.
So y'all was like a backup.
I wouldn't say a backup. You never know how serious it was.
Andre Ward, where the Washington native reminded everyone that Jake Paul was next in line to fight Davis, only if Davis had defeated Roach. Say Gervonta Davis is supposed to fight Jake Paul next after he was supposed to clean me up, Roach said. He added, Jake Paul's going to guarantee you about $40 million if the fight is with a notable person, which is Tank. And let's be honest, with Jake Paul guaranteeing about $40 million for that fight, who in their right mind would risk that kind of money just to go easy and about? Lamont Roach Jr. even tried to demonstrate the practicality of the situation by asking the host, Andre Ward, would you ever sacrifice what you've worked so hard for? Your record, your legacy, just for a quick win? With a grin, the 41-year-old.
Then, like, when we really started talking business, that's when we started weighing our options for real then. Because I did have something on the table. I had something on the table. So people who think I'm taking this fight for money, that wasn't the thing.
Ward answered, it might be somebody out there who would, but I ain't the guy. Basically, Roach is calling it as he sees it. There's no way Gervonta Davis would risk that kind of money, and no chance he'd jeopardize his reputation just to take it easy in a fight. Majority draw outcome of the March 1st fight between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach was one of the more shocking results in recent memory. This wasn't because it wasn't a closely contested fight that could have gone either way, with many believing Roach deserved the victory. Instead, it was shocking because few people predicted that Roach could compete with Tank leading up to the fight. Hindsight is always 20/20. But considering that Davis had been constantly talking about wanting to retire and not having the same passion for boxing as he once did before stepping into the ring with Roach, perhaps the boxing community should have realized that Davis being a 1/600 favorite was unfounded. And that's all for now.
Yes. To defend my belt. So for all the people who think I was, he doing it for a check. That's what I'm saying. I just even wanted to shut people up.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
we doing
my
it for
thing.
a check. We ain't doing it just for the check.
We ain't doing it just for the check,
for
but
sure.
trust me, because don't forget, this is business.
It's prize fighting. Yeah.
It's prize fighting for a reason.
Absolutely.
But I did have a